On the line right now is the GOP chair, the Republican chair for New York, the one and only Ed Cox. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Well, it's great to hear from you. And Senator Griffo is here, and we wanted to get you on. First of all, I have to ask you, what is going on with Democrats in New York State?
I have to say they are being self-destructive in what they're doing. And you know, it's all about New York City, and they're all fighting among themselves. You got the corruption issue, whether it's Spitzer and his problems, or now Schneiderman and his problems, and Cuomo, his big corruption problems. Closest aides convicted. The most recent one was just a little bit more than a week ago, who headed up all his economic development and rigged the bids for his big donors to Cuomo. And there's another FBI investigation going on about a company in the Hudson Valley that got group of doctors contributed $400,000 to his campaign, never contributed before, and they got a $40 million grant for a building that was already being built and didn't need it. I mean, this is bad stuff. And it's really divided the Democrats in a sense. You've got the Cynthia Nixon out there, a big challenge, calling Cuomo corrupt, which he is. I call him the most corrupt governor in more than 100 years.
Wow.
You go back and take a look at it, and it's true the way he's throwing taxpayers' money around to benefit his own reelection. It's unprecedented in the history of governorships in New York State, going back more than 100 years. So
it really is.
How
do you feel we're in the position? If you remember when they'll say, "Well, a Republican's never going to win the governorship again. Just can't happen in New York." That is, unless you split the Democratic vote in the city and you put a strong Republican who will do very well upstate and even probably do pretty well in the city. You've got something in Mark Molinaro, it seems. And do you feel this has the same type of feel that when Mario Cuomo lost to Pataki?
I was there in '94 as part of that convention and the campaign, and it feels very much the same. We are a completely united party now going forward. The Democrats are more divided now than they were back then. And there are two differences here that put Andrew Cuomo in a different situation and worse situation than Mario. One, Andrew Cuomo has a huge corruption problem, and that his father didn't have.
Yeah.
And secondly, Andrew Cuomo is running for president. Everything he says about Trump. He's running against Trump because he's running to be president of the United States, to go where his father didn't go. And his father specifically said he wasn't running for president, declined to do it. And so on both those counts, I mean, the people of New York State want someone who's going to take care of the people of New York State and not take care of their own political ambitions, catering to the far left and the city-oriented portion of their party in order to get the nomination to be president. They want someone who takes care of the people of the state. And Andrew Cuomo isn't doing that. He's thinking of going where his father didn't specifically go, and that's to the White House.
I want to give you Senator Griffo, who will let him pipe in here.
Yeah, hi, Ed. Thanks for calling in today, and thanks for your leadership. I know you're talking about the path for Mark, but I know he's getting a lot of national recognition, and he will receive support that some of the past candidates never did, thanks to your work and his skill set.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. We're working hard on it.
All right. Well, so tell me what the landscape looks like. Obviously, one of the big problems for upstate is if the Senate would go into the hands of the Democrats. That would mean downstate rule. It would be a real problem for. It's a different. Let's face it. Between those, especially those New York City Democrats and upstate, it's a different way of life. What are your thoughts on the upcoming November elections?
Well, it's interesting. On the Democratic side, they got a whole bunch people, politicians who are just trying to climb the greasy pole to take the next rung. It's not about doing the job that they're running for. It's about using that as a stepping stone to a higher job. And that's where Spitzer was when he was elected Attorney General. That's where Cuomo was when he was elected Attorney General. Cuomo is just this glamour, corrupt politician who is just interested in taking the next step and climbing the greasy pole, as I call it.
Yep.
Our candidates, from top to bottom, are people who just want to serve. They're running for office to serve the people who elect them. And that's what Mark Molinaro has done, from being the youngest mayor in the United States when he was elected mayor of Tivoli at age 19. And he found that he had a knack for governing. He's a community college graduate. He's really in touch with the needs of the people, and he just wants to improve their lives, to solve problems for them, make government work for them. And he decided, and we went back and forth thinking about it, and we talked with him, and he decided, yep, he can do this job of being governor of the New York State and serving the people of New York State. He wants to be the people's governor. And then you go down the ballot and you see each one of our candidates, Jonathan Trichter running for controller, or Keith Wolford running for AG. Or Shel Farley running for U.S. Senate. They are all first-time candidates who know they can do the job better than the incumbent and just want to do the job that they're campaigning for. Keith Wolford just wants to. He's a great lawyer. He's doing very well here. Comes from Buffalo, working family party. Is a person. His father worked in a Chevrolet factory there. I went to Harvard on a scholarship and then finished law school there and came down to the city. He's done very well, but he wants to give back and help clean up the problems of corruption in Albany. And then go back to practicing law. That's what he likes to do.
It has been a pleasure. I appreciate you calling in this morning. Ed Cox is the chairman of the Republican Party in New York. And Joe,
thanks, Ed. Appreciate you calling in, and we know you're continuing to work to make sure we avoid that one-party control, one-region domination, particularly in the battle for the Senate this year.
Senator, this is our year. We have to hold on to for the sake of upstate New York, we have to hold on to our majority in the state Senate and win the governorship.
All right. Ed Cox, thanks so much. We'll talk again. Thank you.
All right. Pleasure to be with you.